Basketball courts in the city of Niagara Falls that are outside. We're going to 9 of them, starting with D'Amelio Park, also known as Center Court, and then moving over to Gluck Park, which is between South Ave and Weston Ave on the 1500 block. Then over to Legends Court, which is near Abbott Elementary School. Down to High Park, where Gill Creek Park is. And then over to LaSalle to 70th Street Park, which is on 70th Street off the boulevard. And then Stevenson Park, which is on 74th Street and Stevenson Ave off of Buffalo Ave. Then we're going to shoot over to 79th Street School, which is on 79th Street off of the boulevard. And then over to Jane Park, which is on Cuga Island, which is right here. And then from there, we're going to go to Caravel Park, which is on Caravel Drive off of Niagara Falls Boulevard, which is right here. A couple of things to remember when we're talking about these courts. Right now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, they're asking that you don't play without a face mask. If you are going to play, try to play with people that are in your household. I'm pretty sure soon this will all be over and it'll be fine to go to all these parks. That's why we're going over it, but I'm not recommending you go there just for safety reasons. But at least you will know where they are, how to get there, what they look like. All right, so first one we're going to go to is D'Amelio Park, aka Center Court.
All right, we're here at D'Amelio Park, also known as Center Court. A couple things you'll realize that if you're playing on the playground, they have signs up right now that you should be wearing a face covering, especially if you're on the playground. If you're coming in, you're going to play basketball now while COVID's going on. Make sure you're playing with somebody from your house that you live with. There's also a pool over this way that is open in the summertime. There's a kids pool and there's a regular pool, and these are city pools, so they have city lifeguards in the summer. The playground over here it's pretty good. Let's go check it out. Playground on this side is recommended for 5 to 12-year-olds. You can see 5 to 12, and this side is for 2 to 5-year-olds. And in the distance, you'll notice there's a wall back here. If you had a tennis racket, if you wanted to practice by yourself, you could use that, or a racquetball as well. Overall, it's a pretty nice park. Full court basketball.
The next court we're going to is at Gluck Park, which is on 15th and Weston, right here. It's between Weston Ave and South Ave, between 15th Street and 16th Street. Let's go.
All right, we are here at Gluck Park. This is on Weston Avenue, 1500 block of Weston Avenue. The name of this court is Raybon Court. It's dedicated in honor of Pastor Glenn Raybon, 2015. These rims and backboards and everything are very similar to the ones you're going to find at Center Court. Another full court basketball court. There's a couple benches on the side if you're waiting to play. All the markings are pretty legit. 3-point line, free throw line, center court line, out of bounds line. There's a playground at this park as well, and there are a couple of swings. And there's even a stage over there. The community might have events around here, but Gluck Park, Raybon Court, 1500 block of Weston. It's on Weston and South Street.
The next basketball court, or courts I should say, we'll be going to are at Legends Park, which is right near Abbott Elementary. This is Abbott Elementary, so it's on Porridge and 11th Street right here. You'll notice that there is a track that goes around the outside, and there are 3 courts, which I'm going to show you right now.
At Legends Park, this is one of my favorite basketball courts in the city. There are actually 3 courts, and it's behind Abbott Elementary School. There's actually a track that goes around this whole thing, and there are bleachers. This place can get busy in the summer. There's a little stretching station over here. Coming back to that, there's 3 courts. There's one here, one over here, another one right here. Again, there's seating, there's benches. Sometimes it gets busy, you might be waiting to get in on a game. I'm gonna take you over to one of these stations over here. That's part of the track. It goes around. There's a drinking fountain. Those might be shut off right now because of COVID. But you have these little exercise stations that go around the track that you can stop at. Shows you different pulling and back exercises. There's a 3-day workout on there. Going on to the side. Angle bar and hurdle exercises. Let's go back over to the other station. There's a few around the track. Maybe I'll take a walk around and I'll show you all of them. Show you the courts a little bit better. These are really nice courts. They have all the out of bounds markings, the 3-point line, the foul line, center court line. Again, there's seats. Pretty sturdy, similar to what you would find at the high school, actually. Very similar. And over here, there is another exercise station. This one shows squats and dips exercises. And also push-up and balance exercises. Coming up next is going to be Gill Creek Park. It is on High Park Boulevard and Packard. The map here from Apple Maps doesn't actually show the court, but the court is right here now. And I'll be able to show you that a little bit better. And you can see from the sky there used to be volleyball courts here, but they kind of been overgrown. I don't know if anybody uses them anymore. So next up, Gill Creek Park. All right, we're at Gill Creek Park here. It's another full court basketball court. Got the center lines. This is actually relatively new. 3-point line, free throw line. These rims look like they adjust. I don't think they do. They look like they adjust, but I think they're locked in place. Either way, these are really nice rims and backboards here. Probably the best I've seen so far. And then same thing in the distance over there. There's a playground. If you have any siblings you want to bring to the park with you, play there. There's a little pavilion. And then a stage if the community wants to have any events here. But Gill Creek Park. They used to have volleyball over here, but I don't think they have it anymore. The courts are kind of torn down. Coming up next is going to be 70th Street Park. You can find it on 70th Street if you come off the boulevard here. This is another one where the satellite image is a little bit older, but you can get an idea of where it is. The basketball court is still in the same place. They've just redone it a little bit, and they have the lines down, and now there is a playground right here. So we're going to 70th Street Park. All right, we are here at 70th Street Park. Another one of the nice basketball courts in our city. Same thing here. They have the out of bounds marks, 3-point line, foul line. You'll notice that these backboards are a little bit smaller. All right. But full court basketball. They have a big field over here. It's a really big field. And I mean, if you wanted to get a soccer game or baseball game going. And then there is another playground here. This one would be for the little kids. One over there would be for the little bit older kids. They have swings, and then as you can see from this bench here, this is the 70th Street Park. This is on 70th Street off of the boulevard. Another nice playground, nice basketball court here in the city. Not too far from 70th Street Park is Stevenson Park, which you can find at the end of 74th Street off of Buffalo Ave. It's right here. It's butted up right next to the LaSalle Expressway. Let's go. All right, we're here at Stevenson Park. Stevenson Park is on the corner of Stevenson and 74th. All right, a couple things I want to let you know. If you bring a pet, it should be on a leash. Playground equipment is only for kids 5 to 12 years old. Also, it's a smoke-free facility like most parks. They fenced this park in recently, and I think that's why they have the sign to keep dogs on their leash, because people let their pets go free. But it is fenced in. There's actually 2 courts. This court a lot of people use for floor hockey. Actually, if you look over here, there's a net and a ball sitting here. I don't think that belongs to the city, so I don't know what that's all about. There's some benches. And then this court here, there are some divots in it. I used to play here when I was in school, so you'll get puddles and stuff that come up, and it's a little bit of a shorter court than some of the courts we were just at. Rims go straight up, so if you were playing here, you had to be careful running into this pole, because most of them would go back, so you're not underneath it. That's one safety thing. And then there's swings in the distance. Again, that's just for the kids though. And there's a water fountain, a little picnic area, and a grill over there if you want to bring some charcoal, have a picnic. One thing is on the back side over here, this is the LaSalle Expressway. So a lot of times what would happen is you'd be shooting and the ball might bounce over the fence, and then you got kids hopping the fence. So recently they put up this extension on the top here, which is nice. You don't got to really worry about the ball going over the fence as much anymore. But Stevenson Park, it's on the corner of Stevenson and 74th. Right in the heart of LaSalle, you're going to find 79th Street School. Right here. It is on 79th Street off of the boulevard. Next to the school right here, there is now a basketball court, which you can't see. And they have some 4-square activity games you can play, and the playground has been updated. There is also a track right here. So let's go to 79th Street School. The court here is pretty nice. There's a big blacktop area where it looks like they've been having their phys ed classes out here. Shout out to Mr. Costanzo. One thing about coming to a school, don't come during the school day, because the kids might be trying to come out during gym class, phys ed class. So it is full court basketball. They don't have the markings on the court here like some of the other courts, and there is a playground in the distance. Another cool thing over here, there is a track, a little walking track. I'll find out how far it is around there, and I'll put the info on the screen. But 79th Street School, full court. It's pretty nice, and there's a lot of other stuff to do. Parks in the city is found on Cayuga Island. It is Jane Park. You can see it right here. It's kind of tucked away in the trees. One thing I wanted to point out is that if you were to come on the island over this bridge and stay around the outside here and run all the way down River Shore and back up, it is about 1.5 miles. So if there's any cross-country runners out there, this is a good place to run. If you do it 2 times, it's just about a 5K. So we're going to go to Jane Park, Cayuga Island. This is one of my favorite playgrounds. The court isn't great. It does have the markings for your free throws and everything. There's a spot over here where the sometimes you got to sweep it up because the dirt comes down. But it is a good place to play. And this is another one of them basketball courts where the pole is directly underneath, so you just got to be careful when you're playing. You don't want to run into the pole. Another thing, if you're playing here, the out of bounds, it kind of curves, it kind of bends over to the side. So if the ball goes out and it bounces off this, a lot of times it'll take off on you. You have to go chase it into the grass. But other than that, it's a nice place to play. There's a new playground over here that is really cool. There's a ropes course the kids can climb on. Little pavilion there if you want to have a picnic. And then in the distance, there's soccer nets if you want to play soccer. There's baseball diamonds if you want to play a little home run derby or something. One fact about Cayuga Island, if you run from the bridge around the outside of the island and you stay on the perimeter and go all the way around the island through the neighborhood, it's about 1.5 miles. This is somewhere I used to run when I was a kid. If you run around 2 times, it's just about a 5K. It's a nice neighborhood. It's usually pretty quiet. A lot of times you'll come here, there won't even be anybody playing, so you might have to organize a game, call some people up if you were going to do something like that. But Jane Park, Cayuga Island. And the last court we're going to visit in the city of Niagara Falls is what's called Caravel Park. This used to actually be a full court basketball court, but they added this playground in, so now it's half court. It's on the corner of Caravel and Marine Memorial Drive. And you can get here by going down Caravel Drive off of Niagara Falls Boulevard. All right, we are at Caravel Park. This court's a little bit different. It used to be full court. I don't know, I think they added this playground and now it's only half court. So there's a half court basketball court here. This is on Caravel Drive off of Niagara Falls Boulevard. if you wanted to come play here. They do have 3-point line, free throw line. It's fenced in. And this is another one of those backboards that is right on the pole. So just be careful if you're playing. You don't want to run into the pole. Everything should be all right. But Caravel Park, Caravel Drive off Niagara Falls Boulevard.